Hi everyone, I'm Caitlin James from Scalp MicroPigmentation Australia, and welcome to another 5 minutes fast facts on Scalp Micropigmentation Pro Artist Series, where we're interviewing some amazing scalp micropigmentation artists from around the world and getting their tips and tricks on how you can get the best out of your scalp micropigmentation transformation. So today's guest is located in the UK. He was a finalist in the Rising Star category in 2018 by a company called Team Micro, which means he was recognised in his industry by his peers as an exceptionally talented SMP artist that has been in our industry for less than 2 years. So he went on to be a further finalist in the UK Artist Awards in 2019, and he's already improving on his beautiful results, and went on to win more in 2019. He had been hand selected to be a part of a small group of talented SMP artists to join the Bishop SMP Sponsored Artist Pro Team, which is a tattoo machine making company located in the US, and a product range company. And they have specifically made SMP machinery for us. So he is on the pro team for that. Today, we would like to give a big warm welcome to Marc Allen. Hi, Marc.
Hey, Caitlin. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah.
All right.
Excited.
Excited. Good. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to enter our industry, and tell us a bit about your past experience in your previous role and how that's helped you to become an amazing SMP artist.
All right. So 23 years as a barber, working with, my thing was always to do lines and patterns and designs in people's hair. I was always doing the fades and the shape ups and all these kind of things. So I was always on the creative side of barbering. That led me to be doing celebrity work. I was touring the sort of UK with some pop stars, rappers and things like that. So I was kind of at the top of my game in that respect. But I had my own businesses, and then I didn't really kind of like enjoy the business side of things. So, you know, there's another story in between it all where I went a bit crazy for a few years, and a few people might know about that, but I won't go into it now. But on the other side of that, I got rid of all my businesses, and then I was still doing the sort of celebrity work, still cutting hair, still doing my designs and doing some good stuff barbering wise, but there was always this like kind of thing I wanted to get into, having my own business again, but I didn't want to open another barbershop. I wanted to do something different, and hair loss had always interested me, just from being a barber, I guess. And I was getting to that age where all my clients were losing their hair. I was losing some myself, and so I was looking at all these different ways, and I started looking into becoming a hair surgeon, like a transplant surgeon. And I thought, you can do anything in life. So I was looking into it, and then in England you need to be qualified to a doctor level, and I'm smart, but I'm not kind of like that smart. So it was a kind of 8-year qualification to become a doctor. I was getting near to my 40s. And I thought I might not have time to do that or the knowledge. Yeah. So I started looking around, and I'd seen SMP before on clients that had come into the barbershop, and I hadn't been impressed, because when you're in the hairdressing industry, you want something to look like it's actually hair. So then a friend of mine, he had it done, and it didn't look too bad. And I thought, you know what, this could be something I should look into. So that's where my SMP journey started. That was 2016, and then I just started doing all my research, going on the internet and seeing all these pictures of people before and afters. Then I found myself, when I was looking at people in the street who had the hair might have just been shaved, but I was trying to get close to them to see if it was SMP.
I think we all do that.
You know how it goes. Yeah. And I would randomly go up to people. I went up to a guy in PC World, which is, they sell electronic goods. And I thought, his head looks really good. He must have had it done. And I walked over to him just out of the blue and said, have you got SMP? And he just looked at me like, and he's like, what's SMP? And then as I got that close to him, I noticed he actually had hair. It was just shaved really short. I was like, oh, it's something to do with the internet. Like, and I was just like, made me excuses and walked away. So that was me. And then I found a guy who did SMP, and I went to see how he did it, and then I took it from there. Yeah. After that, I came back with the machine, the needles, and the pigment, and started working on clients of mine. So I was quite lucky at the start because I had a lot of clients who had their trust in me because I've been a barber for so many years. And I just basically started practicing on their heads, bless them. And right from the start, I knew that it didn't look how I wanted it to look. So that was when I didn't have any, like now we're more in contact with each other, although it's only 4 years ago, but it's, back then I didn't know anyone. Anyone I did message didn't get back to me. So I just had to make up my own techniques basically. So it took a little while, but then I started getting it to the point where I thought that actually looks really good. So yeah, so in a way I've kind of developed my own techniques that I use nowadays.
Yeah. And so do you feel like because of your experience in being a barber, that you naturally were very good with design and hairline, sort of hairline design and feathering your beautiful hairlines? Do you feel like that came very naturally to you?
For me, I feel like other people thought that it should come natural to me. And I think it's a misconception that because you're a barber, you're going to just be good at hairlines. So what happened was I thought I would be good at all these hairlines. So I started just by, you know, oh, I'll just draw this hairline on and here we go. But I found that, you know, I needed to develop a technique to create these hairlines. That's why I've made a few YouTube videos of how I sort of create hairlines now. So I think being a barber and having that experience obviously must help, but you know, just being a barber is not a given, because when I was working as a barber, I would work in one chair and I would be doing the best job ever. And then in the chair next to me was a guy who'd been cutting hair for 40 years and he would cut hair in 5 minutes and have them out the door. And if he came into SMP, then he would do people in 5 minutes and have them out the door with the worst job you've ever seen in your life. But he's got all the experience of a barber, but it doesn't make him good. So, you know, I think it helps, but I don't think it's a given that just because you're a barber, you're going to be good at it.
Yeah, brilliant. All right, well, let's go on to our first question. So if a guy has got moderate hair loss and is looking to shave his hair down for the first time, have you got some tips and tricks that you could suggest to that client who's who's never picked up a set of clippers, who has never shaved their head? What could you say to him, or what tips and tricks could you give him to help him either use the right angles or just get a really nice even looking result?
Yeah, so if he's going to cut the hair himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So basically, I don't know if you can see, so this is what we call, it's like an outliner. You can get them made by lots of different companies. Some people use Angus. This is made by Weil. This will get it to my length here, and that's what we'd call like a 0. So you're still going to have stubble. So with this, what happens is you need to be, if you've got longer hair and you're going to be shaving it off, you need to be using the clipper at this angle So you've got, on every clipper, you've got two blades. The one at the front is the one that cuts. The one behind is like the guard, yeah? So if you cut this way, then that's going to be cutting, that can handle cutting a lot of hair. Once you cut it that way, to get it shorter, you need the actual cutting blade closer to your scalp. So then you can turn it around this way, and then we can do like a scraping motion. And then you can come up and down, and that kind of scrapes the hair that little bit shorter.
Brilliant.
That makes sense?
Yeah, perfect. Awesome. So how do you feel that the correct hair length has an impact on a scalp micropigmentation result? I know I see guys here in Australia who want to try and keep their hair as long as suitable. How do you feel that the hair length, when it's too long, has an effect on SMP?
Yeah, so what I say to guys is there's basically, like, you've got guys, if you've lost some hair through the middle, you've got no hairline. If you've got no hairline, then you need to take it to a 0, at least with these. If you've got it longer than that, then it's not going to look right. You're going to see the hair growing behind it. Then with something like this at my length, you're going to be totally all right. Then you've got the other guys who their hair comes round in a horseshoe at the back. And if you've got that strong horseshoe growth at the back and it's quite dark, that's where they need to go to skin. And then you're going to have to use something more like the foil shaver. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they need to take that to skin, so it's all going to blend in with the SMP. So there's two options, or the people that can keep it a little bit longer, like, are people that still have remnants of their hairline. So I just say to the guys, if you've got some hair on your hairline and you haven't got a strong growth at the back here, it's just naturally thinning. Like mine, I never had my hairline done, that's all natural hair. So I can actually have mine slightly longer, maybe at a 0.5. But yeah, other than that, it's only people that have had hair transplants, things like that. They've got longer hair than you work through and add the density. Mm-hmm. But really, ideally, you want to, if you've got no hairline, you've got to keep it at least as short as this, and maybe down to skin. Yeah.
Beautiful. And how often do you feel like your clients need to clip, or how often do you clip every week?
Yeah, so again, it's different for people. For me, with mine, it's twice a week, every 3 or 4 days. I clip mine down with this. With other people, where it's dropped and you've got the horseshoe at the back, they need to be doing it maybe every day or every 2 days, taking it to skin.
Yeah. And with your maintenance, once you've been clipping your hair for a little while, how long does that take you?
What, cutting hair myself? Cutting my own hair?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thing is, because I've got a setup, so you can't see it here, but it's behind the other side there. I've got like a barbershop setup as well in my clinic, so I can literally, I've got a mirror I can hold behind and cut my hair. It takes me probably 10 minutes.
Yeah, about twice, 3 times a week. So the maintenance side of things is not huge.
It's not huge, no. And, you know, it's, so long as you just need somewhere, you know, for a guy a lot of times, because, you know, you just need somewhere to do it. You need a mirror so you can hold at the back, and a mirror at the front, and obviously it gets messy, so the hairs are going to go everywhere. So I get my barber gown on and I hold the mirror and I just cut it down like that, and, you know, off we go. Yeah.
Brilliant. So the different hair lengths does have an effect on what the scalp micropigmentation can look like. So for a guy who, you know, raises with a blade against the grain, it creates a very soft effect with scalp micropigmentation, versus a guy like yourself who uses trimmers and has the hair a little bit longer. The whole result then is a little bit darker. What would you say is your favorite style of hair length and SMP?
Ooh. That's a tricky question. Yeah.
Do you like the stuck look, or do you like the clean shaven look?
The stubble look is probably easier as an artist to work with. So if somebody's got stubble and it's coming sort of up into this area and it's just thinning out through here, it's a lot easier to blend in because you can work sort of in between where the hairs are and just match it all into the stubble that's there. So I really like working on that. Obviously when it's totally skin and they've hardly got anything, then you've got a lot more work to do. You've got to add the side areas in and make sure it really fades out softly on the sides here. So look-wise, as an artist, I think I prefer working into a little bit of stubble.
Yeah. Cool. And then last question, if someone has got some scarring at the back there, and the scarring is fairly thick from a transplant or some other scalp scar, what do you like to recommend? What do you feel is the best hair length for someone with some scarring at the back?
Yeah, well, again, it depends, because a lot of the guys, they might have had a hair transplant, so they've got the scarring, but then they're keeping it longer on top. So if they're keeping it longer on top, and then, you know, there's so many variables to it, but ideally to blend it in the SMP with the hair, you're looking at sort of maybe a 0.5, no, not really any longer than that. To blend them scars in, you know. Obviously, I usually tell people the longer your hair is going to be, the more it's going to detract away from what we've done. So I like to blend my SMP work in as short a length as possible.
Thank you so much, Marc, for your expert tips and tricks on the ideal hair length for beautiful looking scalp micropigmentation results. A big thank you for being a part of our 5-minute fast facts on scalp micropigmentation Pro Artist series. I'm sure what you've had to say today has helped someone out there considering this solution. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Excellent, take care. And if you've got any questions or comments, we want to hear from you. So as always, don't be shy, give us a call or email or pop something in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any updates when we release our latest content. And thanks for watching. We hope to see you soon.